having spotty coverage from my rear view camera on my trailer. So today I'm going to extend the antenna up closer. I'm going to use this cable to move it up closer to the front of the trailer, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. It's going to put it in an area where it has better line of sight to the vehicle to get better reception on the Wi-Fi to view the image. First thing I'm going to do is remove this antenna here and then attach the cable in its place. This is an RP SMA cable, and it's the kind that are used for Wi-Fi. You can see that inside here, well, you can't see it that well. Let me show you in here. You can see on the male side how there's a post in there. That's what the RP, the reverse polarity cables are. I'm just going to attach this one on there. I've got the cable on, and I'm going to put a little hold down. I have a number of these little stick-on, you can see they've got sticky stuff on the back, stick-on cable holders that I can use to keep the cable tight to the trailer. To prepare the surface where I'm going to stick it, I'm just going to use a little bit of alcohol and a paper towel to clean off any grease or grime. I made a little bracket and I attached it to one of the flanges that's on this TV antenna that's up at the, you can see it's near the front of the trailer. And so this will give me a clear line of sight. What I'm going to do is put this threaded section of the cable through there and then tighten that lock nut to hold it in place. Then the antenna goes on the end of it. I have that fitting securely mounted on the bracket, and so it looks like this. And then I'm going to route this wire. I'm going to put some of those hold downs, but I'm basically going to route the wire back across the roof using those hold downs. Okay, this is where the antenna is mounted, and you can see I run the cable along here with little hold downs to the back, and then that is where it's attached to the camera right there. So this is what it looks like when it's installed. This cable I got off Amazon, it's about a 15-foot cable. It's about a 19-foot trailer, so it gets it close enough to the front. I tried to route it to go around these roof penetrations and the solar panel. And so now we'll see how well it works. This is what the antenna looks like from in front of the trailer. If I zoom in, you can see it's mounted there on the TV antenna. And it looks like I'm going to have a pretty good view from the tow vehicle of that antenna, so I should get better reception. So I road tested this, and it worked good initially. But what happened is when I started driving at higher speeds, the wind pushed this antenna back like this, and then I lost reception. So it told me a couple of things. Is I've got to mount it differently so that it can't rotate like that. And I also need to be sure that when I have this mounted, the receiver is on this plane right here, because what happens when it tips even that much, it changes, well, you basically lose reception. So I'm going to redesign the bracket so that it holds it, so that it can't bend back in the wind, and so it's aimed where my receiver is. This is my redesigned bracket. You can see that it holds it up a little higher, but it also mounts it so that you can see this folds this way. So when it folds up this way, it can't go any farther. So if the wind pushes it, it can't go back that way. And so that should keep it straight up and down. I also made it with a little swivel so that I could angle it towards my receiver and get the plane just right for best reception. So this one should give me more consistent reception from the camera. This is what the antenna looks like from down below. You can see that it sticks up high enough to have clear line of sight, and it's angled to where the tow vehicle is going to be. So I think that should be just about right.